Dear friends, welcome back with another mission on the Vulnhub, which is level 1. The link will be put into the description section below so that you can download and play it around by yourself. Before we go ahead, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and leave a like below. You're greatly appreciated. So without further ado, let's just get started. We can switch over to Linux VM. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be netdiscover. As you can see, the IP address of the target could be recognized as 234. So what do we have to do next? We need to do port and self-scanning with a map. To save time of this video, I've already completed before. So for now, we just get out its result. As you can see over here, I used the options like scene scan, the virtual scan, the default script scan, followed by the -p- to do the full range port scan. The last option of all is ON to output the result into this file. Although, as you can notice here, the IP address has been changed, which doesn't matter. So from the map scanning results, we can tell that the target has 1, 2, 3, 4 open port numbers, but the last two we don't need to care about. We just focus on the first two open port numbers. The first one is 22, which is running SSH service and also, a bit outdated Open SSH, which is 6.7. Although this version is outdated, I don't think we can find any vulnerability except the username enumeration vulnerability, which is not what we want at this point. The second one is 80, which is running HTTP service and also the version information Apache 2. So I think it's very clear what we shall do next. We need to do the enumeration with the web application both manually and automatically. So then we can fire up the browser of Firefox to do the manual enumeration first. Press enter. Here we got a very beautiful site back, Raven Security, the professionals. And we can scroll down to check the page. But nothing exciting from the perspective of penetration. And some links. Oh, sorry, I need to check the source code. We need to follow the standard methodology. But nothing here. So how about us page? And also we need to check its source code. Scroll down. So link back. Blah, blah, blah. Template is licensed, which doesn't seem to be useful. Surface. And also we can check its source code. Link back. So, we got the first flag, which lies in the comment of the source code. So we can put over here. We can continue our enumeration. So how about the team? So the Davies. So I think these names are possible user names. So we need to remember this as we move forward, okay? And next block. We are led to WordPress. And we are connecting to the Raven.local. It means that we need to, append this host name to the host file, okay? So let me do it now. Vim. And we need to change the IP address from the existing one to 234. Okay, and now if we refresh the page, I think it's correct. But it's not rendered completely. It looks like, okay, now if you refresh the page again, this time we got the complete WordPress application. And I'm sure we need to do the particular WordPress immersion afterwards. But before we do that, I'd like to continue our manual immersion. Go to the home page and contact. So, oops, something went wrong. So we need to put, here we can send a message. Support, code time, code sims. All right, and also the login. But this one, it's not effective. This is not live login. Also register. So I think next we need to know whether this site has robot file or not. Next we can launch Nigto to do the automatic immersion. Found some directories like image. So we can take a look at such directories, image. So we need to look for something suspicious. Pages, but nothing here. Elements. Blog. Next, CSS directory. Some CSS file which is not useful for us. So next we can launch GoBuster to do the directory immersion. Word list, GoBuster as word list, directory, extension option. Press enter. And WordPress, of course, we have already found by the Nigto, or even, by the manual immersion, or walk through the site, the menu surface. So next, I think we can do, the particular immersion with WordPress by the utility WordPress again. And WordPress, of course, we need to put the directory in its end, and we can use option of E, which stands for enumerate. We want to enumerate the username and plugin. Okay, it's done, and has already identified two users. The first one, Steven, and Michelle. Oh, sorry. We can copy, and we can, we can create the username word list to user names. Echo Steven usernames. Oh, sorry, I need to append usernames, and then we can get the username dictionary. So next, as usual, we can try to crack the password for these two users. So we can use the same utility, but we need to use the usernames and the word list. We can use the locu word list. Sorry, locu. Yeah, locu. What I'm doing. Locu. Press enter. Of course, you know, when I did the machine the first time, I let it run about maybe 10 minutes, but failed to retrieve the password for those two users. And if you give it enough time, maybe 2 hours, you can get the password. But I think, I strongly believe this is not what the author expected us to do. Okay, so to save time, I'd like to interrupt here. Next, we can launch the plugin immersion. We can use this option. You know, this option can do very comprehensive immersion in terms of plugins. Mixed will take the both aggressive and passive way to scan the plugins. Okay? It's done. And GoBuster has already found, I think this page is a theme when we walk through the site about image, surface, WordPress, fonts, elements. But this one, vendor. So afterwards, maybe we need to take a look at this directory, also the JavaScript. Maybe now, in the meantime, we can take a look at those directory. So some JavaScript codes, but nothing important. Next, we can take a look at the elements page to see what it's about. So this is elements. Very beautiful page. And how about the vendor directory? This time we got many files. Even I think this should be okay. We got the dump such a file, marked dump file. Even we know that we have already noticed PHP mailer. You know, there's some sort of the application which allow the site to send the email. You know, just now when we walk through the site manually, the contact page has a function which allow us to send a message to the administrator, right? And the version. So maybe this should be the version for the PHP mailer. We can note down such information. And also composer. Some information about the PHP mailer. This is library. PHP mailer is a full-featured email creation and transfer class for PHP. And also we have already got its version. Great, right? And only found one plugin. If you're familiar with the press, this one cannot give us any possible vector which allow us to attack. Nothing useful for this plugin. So I think the vector or attacking surface lies in the PHP mailer. And we can use such a sprite and the PHP mailer. And since we have already also got its version, and this version is not a new one, so I think this library line or has the remote code execution. And of course, I prefer to use the Python. So we can copy its relative path to, we want to copy this Python script to, to the current working directory. We can rename to like export. And we need to cut out, we need to use Vim editor. Of course, for you, you need to understand what's going on with this code. And also we need to, if you know, when you run this program, you need to install this module request to build by pip and base64. So of course we need to change the target information, and here should be the target. And we need to also add the page where the PHP mailer library is functioning. So this should be the contact PHP. And also we can change, the payload will be uploaded and we can use any file name. And the backdoor, sometimes the backdoor such name will be in the blacklist, so we can change it to like JSON or any file name which doesn't look suspicious. And we need to change the IP address of the attacking machine. This case would be our Kali Linux. And always, for me, I always change it to 555. That's it. And payload, of course, we also need to change the directory. This should be not www. In most cases, should be starting from the var. And also the HTML. And we can use different file name. JSON. Okay. So I think I have already made modification to this code. So now we can write and quit. Also I will activate the Python virtual environment. And now we need to set up the listener on the Kali Linux. And we can Python exploit, and we can access contact PHP, and also then we access our web shell JSON. As you can see, we successfully got the collection from the target. Great, right? And we can spawn beta shell by Python. Python 2 is there. Import pty module, pty spawn method. And then we can export term variable. Then we can clear the screen when necessary. Okay, next we need to do some local immersion. So security, WordPress, of course, we need to retrieve the configuration file of the WordPress, because this file, this configuration, always contains credential for the database collection. As you can see here, we can copy, and the username is root. So immediately, I think we can try use this password to make a directory to elevate privilege to root user. Okay, and we can paste in here, but this doesn't work. All right, so that we need to continue our local immersion. So we got the second flag. Okay. But we shouldn't be ending here. We need to elevate our privilege to root user. Then we can go to the home directory, Michelle. Nothing here. Go to Steven. Nothing here as well. So I think next we can connect to my circle, because we have already got its what I'm doing, my circle. We can copy its password from notebook. All right, we are in my circle database. We can show databases, and then we can use WordPress. We can show tables. We can, we can select from users, and then we can copy this. Maybe we can start from this one. We can copy. And then we can use John the Ripper to crack it. Not like when we try to crack the password for the WordPress. Such cracking for the hash would be very quick. And because I've already done that earlier, so we can use the show option to display. So this would be the password for the user, Steven. Of course, we can try, sometimes also we know the system has two users. Maybe the password is reused by the Steven. Okay, so now I think also the SSH service is running, so we can use SSH Steven to connect to, so we can copy the password. It does work, right? And also we can try to crack the password for this one. We have good reason. This password is also not complicated, so we can use the John Ripper to crack it. But which doesn't matter. We have already got the shell of the user Steven, and next we can try to run sudo. Even we can run Python to get our privilege escalated, because Python is is very efficient for privilege escalation. We can run Python, import OS module, OS system. Oh, we need to use sudo. Sorry, my bad. Sudo Python import OS system. OS system. As you can see, we are successful, And then we can navigate to root directory to grab the flag. But where is the cert flag? Actually, there should be lines in in this table. We can select from comments table, and here I think you can find but no, which doesn't matter. We can try to access this table. Sorry, not access, dump data from this table. But anyway, we have already got a privileged shell, right? So I think I'd like to end this video, although I didn't get the cert flag. I'm not sure. Maybe we can use the command find lame flag. But no flag 3. Interesting. Also, John the Ripper haven't got the password for the Michelle user, which doesn't matter. I'd like to stop. So that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.